Yo, what's going on, everybody? X Landscaper here, back with another video, and today I got this long box. If you can't read that already, you guys know what it is. It's a Rhodan 24 volt 60-inch shaft 80-pound thrust trolling motor. Alright, so basically what I'm going to be doing is an unboxing, I guess. See what's in it. I haven't opened it yet. I've had it for about a week or two. I went with Rhodan because they're made in the USA. Their customer service, friggin' awesome, man. You talk to them on the phone, they answer right away. No run around, and everything is made in the United States, even down to the circuitry. So warranty is great. Shipping was great. So they're the guys that I went with. So I guess without further ado, we're gonna cut into this bad boy and see what you get. It's gonna be a one-handed open. And when I talked to them on the phone, they said about warranty. If you save the box, they'll pay the shipping back to Sarasota, Florida. So we're gonna go ahead and save this box. They also said, you know, you could bring it to any service station, you know, near you, wherever your area is. But you know, if they're gonna pay return shipping, and they said just keep the box tucked away somewhere, I'd rather send it back to them. So yeah, like I said, their customer service is awesome. And from what I hear, these motors are really a lot better than their competitors. So well, let's go ahead and try to open this freaking thing one hand here. Just bear with me, I don't really do these types of unboxers. Alright, get the cap. This is the motor side, yep. Your invoice. So this thing wasn't cheap. It was definitely cost a little bit of money, but buy once, cry once, right? That's what they say. So obviously here's your motor wrapped up in a nice, you know, heavy duty plastic. I don't know what this is. We're gonna open it and find out. Just a bunch of hardware is what it sounds like. Oh, so this is the all right. I ordered the circuit breaker. You're gonna need a circuit breaker, so I ordered one, you know, directly from them. I just figured, why not while I'm there. So put that off to the side. It's your prop, your washer, and your stainless pin. Some stainless hardware. Oh, it even comes with a drill bit. Look at that. Put that off to the side. This is probably your remote. Yep, your remote. Cool. That off to the side. This is your mount. So when it's mounted on the boat, it's not banging around when you're on the way. So that's not bad. That's a good feature to have. Keeps it nice and secure. And you get some literature and mounting template. So cool. All right. That's pretty much it. So you get your trolling motor wrapped up nicely in the bag. No damage. Everything is good. Wires. I'll go ahead and try to pull it out of the bag for you. Alright, so now that I wrestled this thing out of the freaking box, what I suggest you do if you guys get one of these things, take it off on the floor. Because I'm doing this on the tailgate of my truck, and I almost dropped it like 4 times. It's heavy, but it's not super heavy, but it's just freaking long and awkward and the weight shifts. So just do it on the floor. Save yourself the hassle. So here you go. You got the 24 volt Rhodan 60-inch shaft. Looks pretty freaking good. Looks good. Everything seems not broken on it. Powder coating. It's got the shaft is a little greased. So I mean, I almost dropped it a couple times, but now that you guys know that, just be careful of grabbing that thing. So that's what you get. You get your trolling motor, and you get your box of goodies. Trolling motor is up on the boat. It's not drilled in, but just look at it and give yourself, you know, a visual where you think it's gonna go. You want the head of this thing inside the rub rail, so if you ever smack a dock or whatever, it's inside and that thing is not going to get hit. So I think I got it pretty much lined up where I want. Oops. I think that's pretty much my spot. So they give you this template here, and there's two. This is like your inner puckers, that inner, you know, the inner box. And then you got the outer boxes where the actual plate is. So just lay this down on the top of your boat. Find the spot that you want, which I marked it out with pencil. So it's actually going to be right here. That's where it's going to sit. And then when you deploy your trolling motor, the shaft in the directions they tell you, it's got to be a minimum of 1 inch from your rub rail, and mine's about 1.5 inches, so I think I'm pretty good to go there. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is take this down. Like I said, I marked the outside with pencil, and I'm going to go ahead and drill, well, not drill yet, but I'm going to mark out 4 holes for my drill screws. Slide the trolling motor back, mark the holes out, and then see what's underneath, make sure we're good to go, and drill the holes. My paper template is put down. I marked out my 6 holes for where I'm going to drill through. I checked underneath through, I got a little access through my anchor locker here, and yeah, that's going to be the 4 spots. So actually what I got too, it's not really recommended, but it's what I'm doing. I'm going to put a backing plate underneath to help kind of sandwich the you know, the trolling motor to the boat. And I bought a 1/4 inch aluminum plate. I'll show you guys in a second. All right, so it's just a 1/4 inch piece of aluminum. I drilled 6 holes. This is 5 by 10, just 1/4 inch aluminum. I painted white, and this is going to go in the underneath, so it gets bolted through. So it's just going to even out distribute the weight a little bit more and even out the pressure instead of just having the fender washers. So I feel like this will be a little bit stronger than just through bolting it and putting washers. So like I said, you don't need to do it. I'm doing it on mine. I just want it to last, you know, a long time without cracking the gel coat and, you know, having this expensive trolling motor rip off, you know, when I'm bouncing. So yeah, measure 15 times, drill once. So this is do or die. Here we go. I think I got it measured up pretty well. I'm just going to go ahead and dry fit this aluminum plate underneath just to make sure we got the clearance underneath, because it's kind of close to the cap here. So I measured it out like so. Right there, and it should be good. Right. Actually, it's gonna go like this. So it should be good. All right, so I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 holes, and they're marked out. I measured a bunch of times just to double check. So we're gonna open up our bag of hardware here, and they give you a an included bit. So I'm just gonna go ahead and drill these 6 holes out. Just get them nice and straight. Here we go. That's it. All right, so now that we got our 6 holes drilled, we're just gonna go ahead and dry fit this thing, just to you know, before we seal it all up and finish it. Just throw the 6 bolts in just to see how we're looking. That one's a little tight. Same with that one. That one's a hair tight. See what I mean? That's why we dry fit these things. I guess I can go ahead and with the drill bit and just clean it up a little bit, and then I'm gonna throw this trolling motor on it, see if it fits, check for clearances one more time, go ahead and go underneath, throw the plate on, bolt it up, and we should be done. All right, now that these holes are cleaned up, pucker's on. Like I said, it's just sitting there. There's no bolts on underneath. I'm gonna go ahead and throw the motor on and see how it fits. Make sure everything is clean, you know, clean and deploys good and all that stuff. And then once I'm sure it's good, we'll throw the plate on, seal it all up, and finish up. All right, that's just sitting there. It's not bolted in. So I think it looks pretty good the way it is. Oh, you guys can't see. There we go. Obviously that's gonna be flattened out and everything will look all right. Let's just deploy it. That's it deployed. Like I said, I got plenty of space in between that gap. They're calling for an inch minimum. I'd say it's, you know, about an inch and a half. Fits, you know, a little wider than my thumb, so it should be good. And I'd say that looks pretty good the way it is. I'm happy with how it's gonna sit. All right, cool. Like I said, that head is inside the, you know, inside the bow rail here, so I think it should be okay. All right, so I just put some marine goop all over this. That's where the bracket's gonna go. Just jam it all in the holes. You don't have to be stingy with it. I just put a lot. There was also the hole for the original nav lights. I'm just gonna fill that up a little bit once I get the plate on there. Just gonna goop it all in there. And I'm gonna put this plate on, and the bolts for underneath are a 7/16 and just the Phillips. I'll go ahead and wrench this down, and then we should be all right. All right, so the plate is on. It was those 6 bolts, or the 6 screws rather, 1/4 20 by I think they're 3-inch, and I used a 1/4 inch plate of aluminum as a backing plate between the hull. You don't need to, but that's something that I did, a little bit extra. So this thing is freaking mounted solid. It's exactly how I like it. And you can see that marine sealant kind of gooped out. So I'm just gonna grab my little towels here and wipe that all up. All right, trolling motor's mounted up. Looks pretty good. It's solid on there. This thing isn't going anywhere. Give it a shake, shaking the whole boat. This thing is nice and solid, just the way I like it. Perfect. Happy with how it's coming out. Now the only thing I got left is they give you a little ram mount for the head here, so it's not flopping around. So, you know, it's a little bouncy. The Minn Kotas don't have that, and I don't really like how the Minn Kotas are. That thing just, you know, you're hitting waves or whatever, that thing's gonna, yeah, I don't really like how that's not supported. So alright, so I don't know if you guys are gonna see this with the sun there, but I'm gonna open up what we got in the package here. So you got your installation instructions. It's really, I mean, pretty basic. Screw the thing on and that's it. You got your actual mount. Flops around here. Tighten this up. Cool, something like that. We're gonna go. And you got a couple screws, and they give you a drill bit. So, yeah, not too bad. All right, so how this thing is gonna work is you got this top piece, the ram mount. That's gonna go right here, and they give you a little band clamp and a piece of rubber. It's gonna go here through. Just kind of feed it through. All right, so it's gonna look like that. You're gonna take this, boom, and it's gonna go like such around the trolling motor. So you want to make sure you get this little rubber around it so it doesn't scratch it. All right, so that's what it's gonna look like. My clamp kind of ripped the little rubber, but yeah, this little rubber piece goes over the shaft, and yeah. All right, so figure out where this thing is gonna go. Probably something like that, I would imagine. Go ahead and mark the holes and finish it up. All right, so I think that's pretty much where it's gonna go. It's holding itself in its natural spot, so I'll just go ahead and mark the holes. All right, so Rhodan gave you a drill bit. Go ahead and drill. Already checked, there's nothing underneath. Just double check our holes, make sure they line up. And they do. Well, I'm gonna use the leftover goop. Oh boy, this stuff is like super tacky now. Crap, look at this. Let's go ahead and stuff that in each one of the holes. All right, so the ram mount is on, and I kind of messed up. Look at that. So I got a little bit of that sealant on the deck, and I had gloves on that had grease on it, and I smeared it, and I tried wiping it, and I wiped it in, and it looks like absolute ass right now. The mount came out all right. The mount, you know, everything's solid, but this is like freaking, this looks like crap. So I'm gonna have to try to figure something out how I'm gonna clean that. Maybe acetone or something. It's like all yellowed and grease, and it's in there. But aside from that, the rest of the install went pretty good. Sitting up there nice. That ram mount actually holds this thing very solid. So I don't know if we're shaking it up and down. You won't even move. I mean, side to side, it's got very little bit of movement, but for the most part, that thing is solid. You just loosen her up. And That's it. I'm trying to do this one hand. There we go. But it's off. I guess that ball kind of stays on there. Yeah. Drop that guy down. Locked in, and that's it. So yeah, the way this thing's shaking the whole boat, solid. So I think it's mounted pretty well. All right, last step is just to put this prop on. Just one single bolt and a stainless pin that goes through there, and that's it. All right, so that nut there is a 14 millimeter, and what I did was just put a little bit of silicone grease on the shaft and a little bit of silicone grease on the prop. So what you're gonna do is, it's got this little stainless pin. Just gonna shove that on through, just like that, so it's even on both sides, and there's a groove here. Boom, just goes on like such. All right, so like that. You need to grab your washer, your flat washer, stick that on. Your Nylock 14 mil nylon lock nut, thread that on. Like I said, I put a little bit of silicone on there, grease. So it doesn't say to, but I figured it can't hurt, so. Snug this down one-handed here. Just hold the prop so it doesn't spin. Okay, and that's it. It's on. You can see the little silicone gooping out there, which is good. This way, when you take that off, if you have to take it off, that it ooh, that's sharp. Wow, don't do that. Holy crap, that's sharp. Oof, I'm gonna slice my freaking fingers. So learn from my mistakes here. Don't spin the prop, and don't wash your greasy hands on the freaking deck here when you put sealant on it. So those are my one little mistake, really. That's I wish I would have known, but whatever, it is what it is. Just have to clean that up. Next step is going to be to wire this thing up, but I'm not going to do it today. I'm running out of time, but at least you get the main point of how to put this thing on, or at least how I put it on. So said this thing's solid. Could actually shake in the whole boat. You hear the trailer flexing, that bracket's not moving at all. So I'm happy with that. That ain't going anywhere. All right, guys, so that about wraps it up for this install. Like I said, I didn't put the batteries in. I'm gonna figure that out maybe tomorrow or so. Like I said, I don't know if it's gonna go in the front hatch or if I'm gonna stick them in the center console, but at least the main bulk is done. Yeah, if you guys got any questions, drop them down below in the comment section. I'll get back to you when I can. And hopefully this video helps somebody out. And if you guys haven't already subscribe if you'd like to. And I'll talk to you guys soon.